Hello students, in this video we shall be doing some MCQ questions based on the constructor chapter. So let's go for the first question, that is choose the correct option. If the name of a class is number, what can be the possible name of its constructor? Now the constructor definition says that constructor is a function that has the same name as the class. So if class name is capital N number, then the constructor will be also capital N number. This is the correct answer. If constructor overloaded, what differentiates it? Just like function overloading, if same named functions are there together, then it's function overloading and they're differentiated based on the return type and the parameter list. But in constructor, they do not have a return type. So only they will be differentiated with the help of my parameter list. A Java constructor is like a method without statement, return type, argument list. You can see in the characteristics of constructor in the third point, constructor has no return type, not even void. So a Java constructor is like a method without return type. The placement of a constructor inside a class should be at the beginning, at the end, anywhere in the class. The correct answer is anywhere in the class. There is no mandatory rule of positioning the constructor at the beginning or end of the class. So we go for the next category of questions. The name of a constructor and the name of a class are same. It should be the same. That is one of the characteristics of constructor. We go for our next question. The constructor generated by a compiler is known as default constructor. Now you need to know that there are two types of default constructor. One is the implicit default constructor that is created by the compiler. When no constructor is there, if a class has no constructor, then the compiler will generate a constructor, and that is my implicit default constructor. Another default constructor is the explicit default constructor, that is a non-parameterized constructor that is defined by the programmer. So over here you can see in my class Movie Magic, I have defined a constructor Movie Magic that does not take any parameters in it. It's initialized with its legal initial value. So this is explicit default constructor that is defined by the programmer. Another is the implicit default constructor that is provided by the compiler if the class does not have a constructor. Both are called as my default constructors. The compiler adds a default constructor to argument constructor to class if it does not define a constructor at all. So this is my correct answer. The argument of copy constructor is always passed by reference. Now you can see in the definition, they are copy constructors. The value is always passed by reference. Then we have overloading a constructor in Java means adding more than two constructors with different argument lists. They should have different argument lists so that they can be classified. Because you cannot classify them with return type, so only with argument list or parameter list you can classify them. So overloading of a constructor in Java means adding more than two constructors with the different argument list. We go for the next category of question, that is name the following. In Java, a constructor with no parameter or no argument is called a default constructor. That's the, you can see in the definition, default constructor is the one that does not take any argument or explicit initialization value. This is my correct answer. Next question, Java constructor overloading follows which principle of object-oriented programming? Polymorphism. Many forms. Choosing a suitable overloaded constructor happens at runtime. At the time of runtime, it will differentiate and it will choose the correct overloaded constructor. In Java, a constructor with one or more argument or parameter is called a parameterized constructor or a user-defined constructor. So, we go for the next category of question. True and false. Constructor is used to initialize the data members of a class. Yes. The only work of constructor is to initialize the data members of a class. A constructor is a member function of a class. Yes, it is a member function of a class. Every class must have all types of constructor. No, it's not required. That a class should have a constructor also, because if it doesn't have, then the compiler will give a constructor. So class need not have all the types of constructor. What is the default initial value of Boolean variable data type? it is false. The default initialization value of Boolean variable. We go for the next question. Odd one out. So here you can see there are 4 lines of object creation. Now you can see the first one doesn't pass any parameters, so an object is only being created. Another, you can see an object is being created and an integer value is being passed. In the third one, an object is created and it's passing another object in it. The fourth one, it's passing a class and an object. This is incorrect. This is not correct. This will be the odd one. It can either have no parameters, no values, or it can have a value or a object in it, but it cannot have a class and object. Then we go for the second question. Which of the following is not applicable for the constructor function? It has the same name as the class, correct. Has no return type, correct. Is used for initialization, is correct. Can be invoked using an object like any other member function? No. The last one is incorrect because automatically when an object is created, a constructor is invoked. Which of the following is not true for static block? Used to initialize static variable, correct. Used to execute when a class gets loaded in the memory, correct. Can print the contents of instance variable? No, it cannot access the instance variable. This is my incorrect answer. Begins with static keyword is correct. Now we will go for output based question. You can see there is a program segment, and in the program segment, a class of constructor 7 has been declared. Name constructor 7 has been declared, and 2 constructors have been declared. One is having an integer parameter, the other is having a float parameter. Now in the main method, I'm passing a float variable. So which constructor will be invoked? The constructor having the float parameter, it will be invoked. So the answer will be when equals to 50.5 because 50.5 value will be passed and the constructor having float parameter will be invoked. So within that we have system.out.println statement. So it will print me the answer when equals to 50.5. The next question we have is again we have constructor overloading. There is a class declared constructor 3 and we have an instance variable of integer data type birds equals to 10. Now in the main method you can see no constructor, no value is being passed. So we have two constructor, one without a value, that is a default constructor. Another we have a parameterized constructor. When no values are being passed in the main method, so the default constructor will be invoked. If default constructor will be invoked, then we have, if a default constructor is being invoked, then birds equals to 20 will be initialized and the answer that will be printed is birds equals to 20. So my answer is this. Okay, next question we have is, you can see there is a class constructor 2 that has been declared and instance variable of integer data type count equals to 10 we have. Then we have a constructor having an integer parameter, but in the main method we are not passing any value. Now here there will be a compiler error because here the constructor is provided but it is having an integer parameter, it's a parameterized constructor, but in the main method I am calling for a default constructor which is not present, so it will give me a compiler error. We go for the next question. Now what is the output of the below program segment? Now here we have a constructor because constructor cannot have any return type, not even void. So when in the main method I'm calling for my constructor, an object EC is being created, so automatically my default constructor is called. So the second one, the constructor, testing constructor with having system.out.println and Antarctica will be invoked because the first one will not be considered as a constructor because it has a void return type. So the answer I'll be getting is Antarctica. So let's check. Okay, one more question we have. What is the output of the below Java program with many constructors? Now you can see we have got two constructors. One is having a Boolean parameter, the other one is having a float parameter. In the main method, but I'm passing an integer value and a Boolean value. So when integer value will be passed, even though there is not a constructor having integer parameter, it will invoke the constructor having float parameter because over here we will have the implicit conversion. So it will print router equals to 50.0 because, and then we have the Boolean constructor will the constructor having boolean parameter will be invoked. So it will have modem equals to false. So the correct answer is router equals to 2.0, modem equals to false. So let's submit our answers and check. When we view our scores, you can see I get all my answers correct. So all the best, children. So we will have some more videos also based on MCQ questions of various chapters. So keep practicing and keep preparing for your examination.